On this video, we are going to look at manually entering actuals on the provider portal. So we're on the portal homepage, and you would need to go to actuals. You can do that using this functional button here, or you can go to actuals on the toolbar at the top. They will both take you to the same place. Here it will show the organisation and it will list the services that they provide. So you would click on the applicable service. And then using the calendar, you would navigate to the week that you are working on. If you needed to change years, use the double chevron buttons. I'm going back to 2023. And if you need to change the month, use the single chevron. So I'm going back to the 2nd of January. So click on the week. So this will show you all of the people that were planned to receive services for week commencing the 2nd of January. So first of all, click on Generate Actuals, and that will just ensure that the information is as up to date as it can be. And so it details all of the people and the services that they are planned to receive. So if you wanted to just find a particular person, you can use the drop-down box for the clients, and you can just select the person that you needed to go to and click on View, and that will just return the result for that one individual. I'm going to put it back to all clients. So to make amendments to the actuals, you would need to click on the Add/Edit button next to the person that the change related to. So we'll start off with Eric. So click on Add Edit. And that will detail the services that were planned for him. So I'll just take you through this screen. So you have your actuals. So this is the service that was actually provided to the person. You have the service level, so this example, he's getting a double-handed service as well as a single-handed. PL is planned. The next box is frustrated, then missed, extra, and this box, VST, is visit. We are asking that you do not make any changes to the figures that are already in the visit box, regardless of whether the service had been provided in full, whether there was more, fewer hours, or no services at all provided. Just please leave this box alone. And at the end, you have the comments box. So for this example, we will start off, we will say that Eric received an extra double-handed call. So you would change the figure in the extra, so we'll say that he had one more, and you would also need to amend the actual. So he was planned 1, but he's received 2 in total, so you need to change that to 2, and you would need to put a comment in. So we'll say that the call took longer than expected. When you've made your change, click on Save. And you'll see that the background colour for the double-handed line has now changed to green. And that is because more than the planned service has been provided or claimed for. Click on Back. So you will note that there is now a little yellow triangle with an exclamation mark at the side. This is what is known as an exception. So exceptions can be triggered when certain events have happened. One of them is when the claim is for more than the planned service. So whenever you see an exception, that means that the local authority will also see that an exception has been triggered. And at that point, we can look into what has happened. So if you hover over it, it's saying that this actual has one or more exceptions, and you can click on the icon and it will give you a little bit more information. So it's saying that the plan exceeded for the week. So it's saying that more than that planned service is being claimed for. What is important to note is if you are claiming for more than the planned hours, the entire payment for that service for that individual will automatically be suspended until the local authority makes a decision on whether payment is to be made or not. So we'll do some more examples. So we'll go to the next person, Fallon Sherrick, click on the add/edit. So for this example, she was planned two hours of single-handed service, and we'll say that she only received 1 hour. So we would need to put the figure in the missed. So she was planned 2. We'll say that she missed 1 of them, and then you will need to change the actual. So change it from the 2 to the 1 hour that was provided. And again, you will need to put a comment in. So we'll say that the call was cancelled in advance. Click on save. And the background colour this time has changed to red because less than the commission service is being claimed for. Click on back. And we'll do one more example. So we'll use Jockey Wilson. Click on the add/edit. So Jockey was planned 14 hours of double-handed service. In this example, we will say that one of the calls was frustrated. So in the frustrated, we will put 1. And in the actual, we would need to reduce it from the 14 hours that were planned to the 13 hours that were provided. When a frustrated is put into the system, it's important that you amend the actual so that we know what was actually delivered to the individual, but when it is frustrated, you would still be paid for that call. So even though it's showing 13 were provided, under the total cost, we're seeing that 14 hours are actually being paid. And you would need to put a comment in. We'll say refused entry. And we'll click on save. So the background colour this time it's turned to grey, and that is because the planned number of hours are being claimed for. Even though fewer hours were provided to the client, the 14 hours are still being claimed. And click on back. So that is how you can add the actuals in. It's also important to note that any amendments must be in blocks of 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 or 1. Don't do any other variation on that. So if it was a half an hour reduction, it'd be 0.5 and so on. So once you've made all of the amendments, the last thing that you need to do is you need to go in and confirm the payments. So to do that, you would go under scheduled payments. That will take you to this screen, and you would go back to the applicable year. And down the left-hand side, it will detail all of the individual weeks. So we were working on the 2nd of January, so you will click on the link. So this part, you'll note that there are 2 tabs. There are a payable tab and a non-payable. Under the payable tab, it will detail what the expected services were for that week. So it's not factoring in any amendments or any reductions to the service. It's just showing what the system was initially expecting the payments to be. You'll also see at the top, we've got payable. So it's saying £780 are payable. And under the non-payable, it is showing £40. If you click on the non-payable tab, that will show you what payments are not automatically going to be considered for payment. So this is the service for Eric, and this is where we'd claimed the extra hours. So remember me saying that when extras are entered into the system, it will automatically suspend the entire payment for that service for that individual. And the local authority will make their decision on whether the payment is to be made or not. So you would need to click on the confirm/reject button. So that will take you to this screen where you have a comments box and you can add a comment if you wish. And then you would click on confirm. So just before I do that, see that the status is currently showing as unconfirmed. When you click on confirm, it changes to confirmed and it shows the comment that has been put. So that is the indication to the local authority that you have entered all of the actuals and there are no further changes for that particular week. So that is how you manually enter the actuals on the portal.